Right, so descriptive statistics are parameters for population statistics for the sample. And we're looking at, for example, the mean or average, mu for the population, x bar for the sample, central value of the data, standard deviation, sigma for the population, small s for the sample, variance, sigma squared population, small s standard deviation squared for the sample. Sample size, n population, n sample, capital letter for population, small letter for sample, median, capital M or Q2, range R. Range being the difference between maximum and minimum. Okay, so then now we won't normally have the actual information for the population. We are estimating approximations and probabilities based on statistics drawn from samples. Now, how do you sample? You can do random sampling, randomizing who is your sample from the population. But the issue is that people have to volunteer. And so this already makes it non-random. It may also not be practical or realistic to have a random sample because of logistics or because you are studying a very small group of people. So we also do three other kinds. So there's random, systematic, stratified, and clustered. Systematic is like intervals. So you select an interval and you sample every 100th person or every 1,000th person in your list. Okay. Stratified, you divide people into homogeneous subgroups, such as, okay, isiVenda, isiXhosa, Tswana, Pedi people, and I want a few people from each of those groups so that I can get a measurement of a sample that represents each group in my population. That's stratified sampling. Or cluster sampling, where I go to a delineated area. So I go to Limpopo province, I get some people from there. I go to Gauteng, I get some people from there. I go to the Free State, I get some people from there. I go to the Northwest, I get some people from there. Cluster sampling. So we're looking at random, systematic being interval, okay, stratified, different groups, and cluster, different areas. All right. Okay, sometimes in our research, a variable is actually a constant, and we take it as a constant. In other words, sometimes the number that you'll be working with a number that's fixed that for somebody else might be a variable. Like how many pregnant women are there in the Western Cape, for example, in the textbook is given as a number that's usually a variable, but if you're doing research on how they feel or something, then that number is going to be your constant, and you're going to be using other things as your variables. Okay, there's always going to be some kind of measurement error, and this is a hidden variable. So there's a little formula for the error component or error term. All right. So the real number is x, all right? The measured number is x to the 0 or x0 subscript 0 plus e for error. Okay, which may be positive or negative, of course, could be minus something, all right? The error variance. Okay, let's go on and start the research hypothesis next. I'm actually going to pause it here and then open up another video. See you in the next video.